thought about what a 1,000-yard season would mean for you this year?
It would be 7 times in a row that I've done it, seven seasons to start my career. You know, God willing, I stay healthy. I feel like it's something I'll accomplish definitely if I'm healthy. But this season, I'm really focused on wins. So, you know, if that comes, great. It'll be a great accomplishment to look back on. But, you know, I'm more interested in W's this season.
And right now it's just been you and Randy Moss that had done it the first 6 seasons of your career, and I know he was someone that had really looked up to you, so it was one thing for you to tie him in something like that, but to pass him, what would that mean about the kind of wide receiver you are? I mean, if you think about yourself as a kid, thinking that you would pass Randy Moss in something someday, what would that have meant?
It means a lot. You know, I think he's the best receiver to ever play. Just to be mentioned in the same sentence as him now, is an accomplishment in itself. You know, I got to train with him, and it's you know, it's ironic that you know we're tied right now for the start or whatever. But you know, we both had consistent starts in our career, and we're in the right situation. And you know, I'm still in a good situation, and you know, if I'm healthy, then hopefully I'll break it, and that'll be cool.
I know that you talked about the importance of making the playoffs over just you getting individual stats, and you know, I know that winning is the priority, but looking at what this offense could be now that you've had at least a few days to be around all these new teammates, how do you feel like this offense could look in terms of you on an individual basis and the stats that you could get? Is it the type of an offense in a year you think that could result in you getting 1,000+ yards?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, any year, if I'm healthy, I feel that, you know, I can get 1,000 yards. I mean, that's not something I really, you know, strive to get. You know, it just happens. But, you know, this offense is going to be really explosive. We just have to, you know, fix the little things from last year that we didn't capitalize on, and, you know, capitalize on that this season. And I feel like we can be an all-time great offense this season. And, you know, that's our goal.
How do you feel like this offseason affected you personally in terms of preparing? How prepared do you feel, and maybe just what the biggest challenge of this type of an offseason was for you personally?
I feel prepared. You know, it has its pros and cons for sure. I do love being in the facility, being around the guys during springtime. I know a lot of, you know, guys that have been established in the league don't really like to do OTAs as much. But I just like being around the guys because I know I'm gonna miss it when I'm done playing. So, but I feel like we get more rest. You know, we've got more rest. So that's definitely a pro. And I feel ready. You know, I feel good. You know, we got together in the offseason, got some work in, and you know, I can't wait till we start practicing.
What have you seen from Brady so far, and how did it maybe compare to what you expected, or what were the expectations maybe that you had?
I expected what I'm seeing. Great leader, great guy, the best to do it, and you know, he's a great father, and he's an awesome teammate. He's definitely one of my favorite teammates already, and we haven't even had a practice yet. So.
And that's a great point about him being a great dad too, that there's so much more to teammates, you know, coming in, just the X's and O's and what you can learn from them and bond with them on. We always hear about that chemistry with wide receivers and quarterbacks. It's cool to hear that wouldn't even just be a football thing, maybe, that the bonding happens over. With him coming in, it has brought such a brighter spotlight. I was talking to Chris Godwin about it the other day, and I equated it to like this dimming light bulb versus almost like the bat signal being shot into the air at this point. So how have you felt about that increased attention, and what are some of the positives and negatives for it for you personally?
There's no negatives. I mean, he's a superstar, so a lot of attention is going to come. Gronk's a superstar, so, you know, a lot of attention is going to come, and, you know, they deserve a lot of attention already. You know, they're one of the best at their position in all time. So, you know, we're professionals. We try to block out all the negative things that are in the media, fans, or whatever they might say. You know, we just try to block out the negatives and then just focus on the positives.
And we all got to see our first look at you in the new uniforms fairly recently with some of those photos that came out. What are your thoughts on them? I
like the new jerseys. I think we're gonna swag them out this year. I like them slightly better than the ones last year.
Do you have a favorite, red, white, or pewter?
My favorite, probably the pewter. The pewter's real dope.
And then, of course, the most important question, how many times do you think you watched Harry Potter during quarantine?
You know, it's crazy. both my daughters love Harry Potter now. So every time, we were at the crib, it's always Harry Potter, all day. That's the first 4 movies. We watched those every single day during quarantine, and I loved it. And they loved it as well.
You're raising them right.